Good morning, everybody. My name is Dorine. I'm a very grateful recovering addict.
Hi, Dorine.
And it's truly an honor to be here this morning. But like always, these kids always get me in here on these workshops. And I don't know how in the hell they come up with the topics that they come up with. And this one is standing on the lie till you die. I want to know, standing on a lie till you die. I just kept saying it over and over and over again. Standing on a lie till you die. Now what the hell is that? Somebody say in denial, I said, well, yeah, that can fit it. But it also can fit a lot of things. And I got it just for today's book, so we can keep this in the proper, And for July the 24th is ahead. I said I'll read this, and then we can go head on from there. The masks have to go. We cover low self-esteem by hiding behind phony images that we hope would fool people. The mask has to go. Other oversensitivity, insecurity, and lack of identity are often associated with active addiction. Many of us carry these with us into recovery. Our fears of inabsence, whatever. I can't pronounce it. I ain't got no damn teeth, so. Rejection and lack of direction do not disappear overnight. Many of us have images, false personalities we have constructed either to protect ourselves or please others. Some of us use masks because we are not sure who we really are.
All right.
Sometimes we think that these images built to protect us while using might also protect us in recovery. We use false fronts to hide our true personality, to disguise our lack of self-esteem. These masks hide us from others and also from our own true self. By living a lie, we are saying that we cannot live with the truth about ourselves.
All right.
The more we hide our real selves, the more we damage our self-esteem. One of the miracles of recovery is the recognition of ourselves, complete with access and liability. Self-esteem begins with this recognition. Despite our fear of becoming vulnerable, we need to be willing to let go of our disguises. We need to be free of our masks and free to trust ourselves. Just for today, I will let go of my mask and allow my self-esteem to grow. And as I begin to meditate on that, and as I begin to think about that, it is so true that we come in here with so many false images, that we hide behind. And somehow or another we feel like we're really protected. I'm going to let you know a little, but I ain't going to give you too much. You understand? I got to keep enough, And if I give up too much, then I'm being vulnerable. And then if I'm vulnerable, then you can hurt me. You understand me? Why is this? It's because I've never dealt with any of these false images, any of these defects that I have. And we are a mass of disguises. But until one begins to be true to oneself, only then you're going to find the freedom that you really want and that you really need. And I was thinking back how coming up as a kid, I had a respiratory disease, I had diphtheria when I was a kid. And then I had my adenoids and all this stuff messed up, and it messed my respiratory system up, So when I'm around people, that don't know me, I breathe hard. I could be sitting up here, and all of a sudden I start breathing real hard and everything. I'm okay. I'm fine. But I scare the hell out of somebody around me that don't know me. They'll look at me and they say, Dorine, are you okay? And when I go up steps, my weight got a little to do with it too now, But I had this before I got all this weight. And when I go up the steps, like I'm dying or so, because of my respiratory system, And I said, I used to always didn't like to be around people, So I built this disguise. I don't like people too well. I don't want to be around them. I don't really like to be around them. But it wasn't that. It's because I didn't want nobody to ask me no question about how I breathe or what's wrong with me. And I never forget, I've always wanted the luxury to lay up with a man and to lay in his arms and sleep real close to my man, right underneath of him. How you see in the movies or all this old crap. You understand me? And I always wanted to do that. But I had never had that luxury, And I would tell a man, look, I don't like nobody sleeping all underneath me and close to me or so. But the thing is that I snore so damn hard. I probably would blow his ass out to bed. So after we got through taking care of business, I had to get up real quick and go, or move on, you understand me? Because I was sure to blow if I spent the night. So that was one mask that I carried around for a long time. And then another is that I always wanted to dance with a man. Real close. One of them slow drags where you just rub and stuff, But I never could. Because every time I tried it, he thought I was having an orgasm on the floor. I was breathing so hard, So therefore I always say, I don't like no slow dancing. And I always wanted to. I always wanted to, But I never could talk about this to anybody. And I never would allow anybody else to talk to me about these things. And this is what I call, disguising all those defects. Things that bring your self-esteem down, But until I met the man that I married, and even with him, I couldn't be completely open and honest about myself. All I know is he'd be shaking me at night, telling me to turn over, and when you tell me to turn over, I was just getting in second gear. It don't do no good for me to turn over. But when my husband come into the fellowship, what happened was I found him one night sitting on the side of the bed, and I told him, I said, look, baby, I said, we got to get some rest here, I said, I know that my snoring keeps you woke. He said, baby, I've tried. I swear I have, I said, well, there ain't no sense in going through this. I said, we got an extra bedroom over there, So why not take that extra bedroom so we both can get some rest? He said, you mean to tell me you don't mind? I said, no, I don't mind. And that's because we had to learn how to be open and begin to communicate and let somebody in. And like they were talking in the meeting last night about the relationship and things. And I had to let him know, that I can't help this instead of trying to hide it and make myself feel bad, and then he's feeling bad because he don't know what really to say to me, you understand me? So what he did, he moved in a second bedroom, But the only thing that hurt my feelings was when he closed the door. He said, baby, you don't know. So I had to accept that. That was me. But only until I began to accept these things about myself, it was only then that I began to really relax, and begin to move on with my life. You'd be surprised at the lies that we tell ourselves. And then we can begin to lie about something for so long that we believe it, become to start believing that lie ourselves. But until one begins to start being open with oneself, not so much everybody in here, but with yourself, only then will you begin to get the freedom that you need to begin to start working with your life. And I can't put this on nobody but me. But when I begin to talk about these things to people, people begin to understand. And people begin to know. My husband and I, we begin to get closer and closer and closer. When I begin to let him know, and when he began to let me know how much I was, messing up his thing. And I had to accept that I could not sleep with my man. But that didn't say that he loved me any less, or he didn't want me, or anything. Because we still got together when time to get together. And then after we got together, he went his way and over there across the hall, and I turned on over and snored like hell. But we understood this. We understood this about one another. And I began to accept that this is a defect that I got, that I will have for the rest of my life. And who does this defect come with? It comes with Dorine. So now I can truly hold my head up high about this and walk on down the street. If somebody say, Dorine, you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just have to stop catching my breath a little bit. But there are a lot of things that happen to us. There are things that I'm still working on within myself today. And I'll be celebrating 20 years in October. So don't think that you're going to come in here and get these things together and work on these things overnight. Because it don't happen like that. But as long as you can keep yourself open and try to be as truthful with yourself as you possibly can, you're going to be all right. I hate to mix up a lot of things I've heard into things, but that's the way I am. I talk around like that, But that's what we have sponsors for. You get somebody that you trust and that you can be open with, to talk about things that you never was able to talk to anybody else about. Ask somebody, I don't know how to really tear this front off of me, or tear this mask off me, tear down these images. Because if you got what you think you got, then you won't have to worry about nothing. You see the mother sitting up here, just as bald mouth as she can be. Somebody has to wear your teeth. I lost them in Chicago. And that's the 5th set I don't know. But you don't see me running around here like, oh, hi, y'all. You accept me as I am. Or leave me the hell alone. Because today, I know who I am. I'm a child of God today. You can't touch that. So if I've accepted it, anyway, if you don't accept it, then fine. But there's so many myths that we go around here with, and them images that we carry around. weighs us down. And I'm an image breaker. You know, because who can talk about me any better than me?
All right.
You know, because if you talk about me, you ain't gonna tell it like it really is. You either gonna add some or take some away. And you don't know a damn thing about me no way. All you see is this shell outside here. But Dorine, here and here, you don't know Dorine. But I'm trying to get you to know me. And if I want you to know something, I'm going to tell you. And if you want to know something, all you got to do is ask me. And if I can't talk about it, then that's on me. And I haven't found nothing yet that somebody has come up to ask the mother about that I couldn't talk about. You understand me? So I'm praying that I'm working on a lot of the false images that I have. Now, mind you, I told you I'm coming up on 20 years. And I'm still working on myself. So for the newcomer in here today, if you just getting here, hang on in here. You understand me? And stop, stay out of your head. You understand me? Who in the hell said you could think anyway? You just get here. You understand me? And all of a sudden we can get so serious and so important about, and you don't even know who you are yet. You don't know who you are, what you are, and what is your purpose in life. It's a lot of us make 2 or 3 slips before we get it together in here. And it's all right. Just thank God every time you make it back to this room, because you didn't have to make it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not giving nobody no signal. It's all right to go out and do up today. I'm just saying, take your foot out of your hind parts. Begin to strip yourself of some of them images. And let somebody help you strip yourself of some of them images. And the truth hurts. And the truth is like a 2-edged razor blade because it cuts both ways. But once you start being honest with yourself, it ain't so bad. It ain't so bad at all. I'm going to say this and I'm going to shut up. I had a niece to come to me, and she told me, she said, you know, Aunt Dorine, she said, I want a marriage. My marriage to be just like you and Uncle Pa. I said, really? I said, well, wait a minute, baby. Hold it. Sit down. My husband was sitting right there in the living room. I said, baby, this took work to get to where we at now. It really took work. My husband and I, we were married for over 20 years. But I just began to get to know that man in the last 5 years of his life. And that was in God's time. I said, because before your Uncle Pa got sick, I was going to New York, to New Jersey to speak. And I told him that by the time I get back here, I want you to have your goddamn bags packed and your ass out of here. And went on to New Jersey. And he knew I meant business, because when I say something, I mean it, and I follow through. The mother don't let the feelings and emotions get in the way of it. I have to set them aside. If something's got to be done, it's got to be done. And that don't mean you ain't going to feel or go through nothing. But today, the mother not let the feeling and the emotion override the logic of what is really going on. When I come back, they picked me up at the airport, and they told me, they said, Pa's in the hospital. I said, oh, yeah? I said, well, I hope we got his goddamn clothes out the house. They took me straight on to the hospital. And when I went to the hospital, I didn't know it was that bad. He was in the intensive care unit, you know? And they wasn't expecting him to pull through. And when I was in the intensive care unit, I looked down, and he was walling. Yeah, I told you. You better not go messing with Dorine. I mean, you stay your ass away from Dorine. You hear what I say? I said, who? Who are you talking about? Who better not mess with Dorine, huh? The nurse come in here and say, Miss Phelps, please don't get him excited. Say, because that was a terrible heart attack in here. I'm still trying to find out who it was. But in between that, what happened, they give my husband a year to live. And he lived 5 years after that. But in God's time, God let me and my husband get together. And I got to know a man that I thought I knew, but I didn't know. I got to find out what a wholesome and a real relationship was. And it was beautiful, you know. And I thank God for that. I thank you people here in the fellowship for being there for me, for helping me to get through everything I had to get through with, and for helping me to be the woman that I am today. But in order to get to where I am today, the mother had to strip herself of all the false images and begin to take that unmasked away and begin to look up and let the sun just hit me in my face and say, here it is. Here's life. We're born, we die. But God gives us something in between there. So what are you going to do with it? Thank you, Lord, for this day. Go ahead, baby.
I'd like to thank Dorine, and now I'll introduce Richard.
I don't want to knock this stuff over. I'm a recovering addict. My name is Richard. I I really feel blessed to be here. I'm really, really, really happy to be here. I was telling Karen, she asked who was going to speak first, and I was like, well, that's the boss. She got, more clean time than me. I'm supposed to do this first. But then I said it's up to her, whatever she want to do. But I'm real glad I got an opportunity here to share. Because I don't know whether or not what I was telling her earlier, I remember her from my first World Convention. And she was giving me direction then, and she give me direction now. You understand what I'm saying? I remember her, I remember Brother Rick, and I remember Carmelita. And those were three people that was there. They was telling me, you go here, and you go there. This was 1985 in Washington, D.C. That was my first World Convention. And they were at the hospitality table. And they were telling the hostess table, I don't know, but y'all were telling me where to go and what to do. And it worked then, and I need to tell you, it works now. And I just want to tell you that I truly, and there's some people that I remember in my life, and you're one of them. You had a real strong influence on me. The other thing I need to tell you guys is that I'm from Williamsport, PA, and my home group is a Tuesday night Q&A. And I tell everybody that because I want you to know that if you're ever in Williamsport on a Tuesday and you need a meeting, you can find one at the corner of Center and High at 6 o'clock. If you're looking for me, 9 times out of 10, I'll be there. If you want to see me anytime, you can't get me at home, you can catch me in my home group. If I'm in town, I'll be there. And I say that also to let the newer members in this room know that just like you, I got a place that I'm trying to be grounded with. That's my home group. That's where I get, a lot of my recovery. That's where a lot of people that know me. Dorine was talking about knowing those people know me. I can go in there with my face up, and they'll know what's going on inside. Like, man, you knock that off. Tell me. See, I ain't Richard, the guy that go out and speak. I'm Richard, the recovering addict right there. I ain't Richard, the guy that everybody know in the fellowship. Right there in my home group, I'm a recovering addict. Right there in my home group is where I let the mask down. That's where I start to take off all these clothes. And sometimes when I be taking off all these clothes, this big butt fall out. Boom! They be like, oh my God, what is this guy showing us? And what I be showing them is what's going on inside. And a lot of days, what's going on inside ain't pretty. It ain't pretty, man. I was thinking about, you know, the things that Dorine was saying, you know, and I got some things jotted down on my paper, but I also went to my Just for the Day book. And I'm really, really glad that we got this one, because this is bah-yow, this is on. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about standing on the line till you die. See, I know about denial. I know about putting up masks. I know about fronting. I know about fronting. And the kids today say there ain't no future in fronting. You dig what I'm saying? But there's a past there. See, my whole life was built on fronts. I truly believe that the things that influenced me in my adulthood started in my childhood. I'm going to tell you about two things that I truly remember that helped form the warped personality that I carried into this room. That helped form that lie, that part of that denial that I lived in so long that caused me to go, what we're talking about here, the end of the road, and I wound up in jails, institutions. Now, I can go with the spiritual death and all of that, but I didn't go the full 9 yards dead in the ground with the dirt on my face. And ain't to say I wasn't headed there, but there were so many other parts inside of me that had fallen by and were just out of it. They were just, and I felt like, you know, they would never be revived. They would never be revived. You know, I felt like, you know, there was nothing I could do to get that back. When I was 8 years old, but there was a guy in our hometown that was the guy that all the kids, you know, you got them, you know, the kids just generated to. And he was one of them. He was an older man, and he used to keep candy and whatever. But one day, this guy took me up on a job site, and they were a construction site, and he raped me. You know. This grown man raped an 8-year-old kid. No ifs, ands, or buts. It was a straight up and up rape. And I remember going home telling my grandmother everything that had happened to me that day, telling her the whole 9 yards. And I remember her telling me, don't you ever tell anybody what happened to you. Don't tell nobody what happened to you, and don't tell nobody what happened to him. So I shut up about that. You understand what I'm saying? I shut up. And I went into a form of putting scabs over the sore. You understand what I'm saying? So I kept putting layers and layers of stuff. Like when guys would want to go play football, or we would want to play basketball, or not basketball because I was always too short. They would never let me play basketball. We want to play baseball, or we was going to go swimming, or do anything that involved danger. I would always be the first guy. No, I'll do it. And then I got the reputation, oh, boy, Dick is crazy. He's so crazy. But it wasn't that I was crazy. What was motivating me was the fear of them finding out what this guy had done with me, and then the stigma that would go along with me being a fag. Oh, no, not that. Not to say, you don't understand, that if that's your choice. But when I was growing up, for a man, that wasn't a thing to be. That was almost as bad as as getting caught in liking home ec. Guys didn't like home ec class. Be like woodworking and shit. You know, I wasn't supposed to like to make biscuits and pancakes and learn how to. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to be in a class, I had to stand outside the hall, act like I was doing something else, to listen to what the teacher was telling the girls so I could go home and practice it. I wasn't supposed to like those things. So the stigma of being different, the stigma of having something like that, scared me so bad that I began to put layers and layers, and pretty soon that thing right there became the base of a personality that I had. It was the base of the personality. The fear of not being exposed caused me to be out front. Whenever anything would happen, you want to fight, I'll do it. You want to steal something, I'll do it. You want to run away from home, I'll do it. You dig what I'm saying? Because I would do anything to maintain that image that I was 100% all-American boy. In those years, I developed a friendship with a boy named Robert, and his name was Robert Utz. And me and him was real tight. This was undoubtedly my best friend, because we had a lot of things in common. One thing we had in common was that, we would fight. We could play baseball. We liked to ride our bikes. We liked to explore. But the other things that we had in common that wasn't so prevalent was that we liked school. And we was good in school. You know, I never had in elementary school and junior high, I never had a problem in school. You know, I was always one of those kids who was able to learn, retain things, and take it from that point. And this was my partner. He could do it too. We used to compete. We didn't just compete on the athletic field. We competed in school. Who would bring the most A's and you know, understand what I'm saying? Who would make the honor roll? And I was proud of that. I was proud to have this guy as my friend. And one day, we was on our way to school, and we was going through this vacant lot. It was me, him, and his cousin. And his cousin's name was Skip. And Skip was kind of like, me and Robert was like this, and Skip was kind of like out here because he was different. You know, he was about a year older than us, and he was light-skinned, and he had the nice wavy hair, and all the girls was crazy about him. You know, you understand what I'm saying? He was into girls, and we still was into, when it came to girls, it was like, we would pretend, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tip that girl. I ain't mess with. Well, that's what me and Robert was, because we had more important things we felt on our minds. But Skip was the leader. He was older, and we kind of followed this brother. And we going across this vacant lot, and we found a pistol. And I remember Robert and Skip making a decision right there to skip school. And they asked me, was I going to stay? Was I going to skip school with them? I told them, no, I had a test that I had to take, and I was going to school. And I asked Robert, come on, man, you going to go on to school? He said, no, I'm going to go with Skip, and we're going to play with this gun. That's what he said, we're going to play with this gun. And I went to school, and I came from school that day, and I went to his house, and he wasn't there. And it was real strange because there was always somebody. He was a latchkey child like me. You know, he had his own key. So after school, he'd be at the house, we'd pick up, we'd go, whatever we was going to do together, and he wasn't there. And I went by his house later on that night, and his mom answered the door, and when I asked where he was, she bust out crying. And what had happened was Skip and Robert was playing Russian roulette with that gun, and Robert had killed him. Skip shot Robert in the head. He killed him. He killed my best friend. And I remember seeing his mother and feeling so helpless and feeling guilty. And the guilt was I didn't convince my friend to go to school that day. You understand what I'm saying? I just felt like if there was one more thing, if I'd have said one more thing to him, the right thing, that he'd have went to school with me, and he wouldn't be dead. And I remember feeling so awful. I mean, inside about that. I felt so awful and so tangled that I just felt like it was my fault. I was to blame for that. And I started then just doing anything it would take to make this lady feel better. You know, not to lose a friend, I was willing to do anything that it took to keep you. If you was my friend, just, you know, to hold on. And I developed a very warped sense of loyalty. You know, because the loyalty was based on a need, and the need was to fill that hole that was left when my friend got killed, to fill up the pain that was there. And it still fucks with me. I'm 38 years old, and this happened when I was 12. That hurts me, because I think about him, what he could have been, and I miss him. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm here, and he's there, and we grow and we change. But what I'm talking about now is the mask I carry. So the need to have that whole field drove me to do a whole lot of things. You know, when I was in Vietnam, I was a guy that was always out front. I didn't always want to be, but I went there because I was trying to fill that hole. I had more fear of losing them than to lose my own life. The hole. You understand what I'm saying? I had more fear of you leaving me than me leaving me. If I died, it was, and that I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, but I just figured wouldn't nobody miss me. And I tried to fill that hole with drugs. I tried to fill that hole with sex. I tried to fill that hole with work. I tried to fill that hole with everything I could possibly fill it with, but me. See, I didn't learn until I got here that the only thing that I could fill that hole with was what was missing. And what was missing was me. My self-esteem, my thinking the way about that Richard was worth something. So a couple personalities that I had when I come in this room was built on a lie. They was built on fear. And what I was reading in this here this morning before I come in, it's talking about denial don't erase the pain. It don't take it away. Denial don't do nothing but strengthen the pain. Because the longer you hold on to the denial, the greater the pain gets, but the longer you say, it ain't there. It ain't real. And it's real. It's real. So it will compel me to take another step forward, not in the light, but in the darkness. Run into another wall. Stay here one more day, get one more hickey on your head. You understand? Stay here one more night, get one more kick off in your ass. You dig what I'm saying? Go down that alley in the middle of the night, but dig this, with $150 in your pocket, knock on this man's door, and demand that he take your money. Please take my money. Please, listen, don't shut the, please take, hey, it's me. And have him say some shit like, get away from me before I blow your brains out. Then go up the corner, put a quarter in the phone booth, call him, and say, please take my money. Because I don't believe this guy can just say, no, 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 no. Yeah. You understand? Because I don't believe that just for the day I can live without whatever it is I'm trying to get from him to help me make it through the day. Denial. Standing on a lie till you die. And you know what? We got a step in our program called the fourth step. You dig what I'm saying? That'll expose every lie that I'm standing on. You dig what I'm saying? And dig, the reason why this step is so essential, because it tears away the false foundations and gives you some reality to build a better, true foundation. You understand what I'm saying? I don't. When I do my fourth step, it ain't just what it is that matters now. It's why. You understand what I'm talking? Because the why is what's going to make the foundation strong. Once I get in touch with the why, not necessarily what I did. You dig what I'm saying? What I did is important, but more important is what the exact nature, the why. Because if I change the why, the what will be changed too. You understand? If I change the flaws in my character, which make me unmanageable. I'm a true believer today, man, that unmanageability ain't just something to fall out of the sky. Unmanageability is a direct result of me acting out on my character defects. Me. So if I change the nature, if I change that flaw in my character, then I'll get better with whatever I'm doing, and the unmanageability will cease and desist, not tomorrow, but immediately. Immediately. And a lot of days I choose to live in chaos. I do. I really, really do. Because I don't know what serenity be about. You ever be, I'm just feeling, I'm okay and ain't nothing going on in my life. And man, you know, the bills is paid. And my guy, my mate is really cool. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm feeling. Well, try some serenity. You know, that's what I'm feeling, because I'm used to the chaos. I'm used to the lie holding me up. You understand what I'm saying? If you're trying to build a square on the point of a triangle, then it's going to keep shifting. And you get so used to it shifting, and when it stands still and you in perfect balance, you look around and say, well, God damn, what am I going to do to make this shit shift? You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? Last time I was down here, I was hurting. And a lot of y'all come up to me and ask me, what did you do with it? Let me tell you, the situation didn't necessarily get better. I got better with the situation. I got better with the situation from exposing what was going on with me, listening to you guys, talking to my sponsors. See, when I left y'all had me so hyped up, that I went in the house packing shit. Darren called me that night. I was in the... Well, what you gonna do, Rich? I'm like, I'm busy, man. You know, I'm getting busy. And out of the madness, some say, call your sponsor. Call your sponsor, man. But call your sponsor. And I called him. And we was talking. And I'm giving it to him. Shit. And it's it. And I'm done. And it's over. I'm out of here. And he said, well, Rich, what are you saying when you say you're done, it's over, you out of there? I'm saying, I'm out of here. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's over. I'm through. He said, no, man, you're saying the situation is hopeless. That's what you're saying. You not giving this person, whoever she may be, the anonymity that an addict demands to grow. I was like, damn. Well, thank you very fucking much. Bang! You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how I felt. So I'm not saying, I can't come here and tell you what my wife ain't doing. I can come here and tell you what Richard's doing. And what Richard's doing today is I'm giving her the anonymity she needs to grow, and I'm giving my own self an opportunity to experience and grow things. Because today I realize that people come not always for a lifetime. Some people are in my life just for a season. Just for a season. And I got to let them nurture and grow through that season so I can move on. I can no longer live in denial that things will not change. Standing on the line till I die is that things will not change. That's the lie I stand on. Because I think shit ain't going to change. It ain't going to change. It don't have to change. I don't have to change. I don't have to change. You change. I don't have to change. You better change. I don't have to change. You understand what I'm saying? And dig this. They're changing and the wall gets smaller. I'm staying the same and I keep running into the same wall every time. I ain't going to change. I'm going to run into this wall, run into this wall, run into this wall, and tell you what you ain't doing. You understand what I'm saying, Dorine? It's like a guy jumping out of a plane with no parachute, surviving the fall, going the fuck back up and doing it again. How crazy can you be? Sooner or later, I'm going to hit the ground hard enough to break every bone in my body. Then I'm going to say, oh, I forgot the first badger. Yeah, but you forgot it the first time. And I went back and did it again and again and again. Standing on the line. Dig, I got a friend, man, and by the grace of God, he's in jail now. You know what I'm saying? Could be dead, but by the grace of God, he in jail. And we used to mess with each other. And one day, we were standing around messing around, talking about denial. Denial. I say, boy, you be in denial so long, sometimes denial becomes the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And when denial becomes the truth, I got to look at what did I do to convince myself that this damn lie I'm telling is right. It's all right. It's the one. Anybody ever watch Saturday Night Live? Remember that guy used to come on there and they would ask him all these crazy situations like, well, why were you late today? Well, as I was walking out the door, a satellite fell in from outer space, and just a chip of it busted in my car window. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, that's the ticket. You understand what I'm saying? And he would fabricate all these stories, and I can relate to this guy because for everything, I always had a story. You understand? I went to jail one time for something I didn't do. Every time I ever got arrested in my life, I had something to do with what they was talking about except one time. And I was scared to death. Because for the first time in my life, I was innocent. Yeah. But all those other times, I lied to the bitter end. I fell down on my knees and, oh, Judge, I swear to God I didn't do it. Lying, I was lying, and I knew I was lying. But what was it? My freedom was on the line. My life was on the line. I was ready to take it to the bitter end. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? How did I get here? How did I get in a room in North Carolina, in the New Hope area? How did I get here? By holding on to a lie till I was willing to die. Listen to what I'm saying. We're talking about at the end of the road. At the end of the road. See, I don't know about nobody, but when I got to the end of the road, the choice was either use or go back up that road again. And I started looking like, I started looking around, well, maybe using just ain't that bad. And somebody said, wait a minute, man. You don't have to live like that. Come on, just come on. And I just eased into a meeting, and I'm sitting there. Yeah, he getting high. I know she getting high. That motherfucker lying. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. You know, and then I had this wristband on because I was in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So I took my watch, put it over the wristband. You dig what I'm saying? And I got all these old ass clothes. You know, and so I'm trying to look like I wasn't. The guys were sitting here from the group, and I'm all the way over here like this weird ass haircut. And these shoes is both sides too big. Like ain't nobody gonna know that I'm in the hospital in the rehab. And they see these people every week. You dig what I'm saying? I'm sitting there like, oh no, I don't need this. Oh no, I ain't a part of this. And dig this, man. You ever be so into a lie and somebody walk in that you know can expose you and all your shit just go You understand what I'm saying? And that happened to me. Because I'm in there pretending I wasn't there, and a sister walked in the room that was recovering. And she knew me. And she was the person I remember sitting across from this sister. She was getting high and I was getting high, and I told her, I'm going to do this, baby, till I die. This is how they're going to take me out of here. Just going to wheel me out of here. Throw me in a box. They're going to say, damn, Richard sure was cool. He went out like a champ. No, man. No, I went out like a damn fool if that's the way I chose to die. But she walked in that room, and my gut flipped 50 times. You dig what I'm saying? Because the lie was done. I couldn't lie to myself no more that this shit was all right I was doing. It wasn't all right. I looked at her, and I was like looking at me, and I had a job. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't. I had a job. I was making money and stayed broke. I didn't have no gold on me. I didn't have no alligators on me. I was wearing a fucking pair of sneakers in the snow. And I had a job. You know? And I had an apartment with roaches everywhere. But it was mine. I didn't have enough money to buy bug spray. I was getting high. I took money from what I was doing. And I remember this Sister Shan talking about how great she felt. It was good to be alive. And she was just destroying me, man. And I didn't start. See, I told you before, I didn't start getting clean because I felt good about what she was doing. I said that night that if she can do it, I can do it. You know what I wanted to call her? You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this in my head, stick it, got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh. You know, and she talking about, my name is America. I'm an addict. I'm like, look at you. Look at you. You know? And I knew the lie was gone, man. I couldn't do that no more. You understand what I'm saying to you? I think my friend of mine asked me, when did I know, man? When did I know that I was going to be all right in this? And and I told him it was about when this sister left me. He told me to say, my sponsee asked me. And it was about when this sister left me and I didn't get high and I was clean and I didn't get high. But I knew I wanted to do something different when I seen her. That sister, and she's still here today. You know, her husband was my sponsor for like 6 years. You dig what I'm saying? So I had an opportunity to get to know this person other than over a table of drugs. I got to know this person, and we're friends today, and she helps me so much in what I be trying to do, because I need help. Bottom line, I need help. I need somebody. See, I can come in and tell y'all how cool it was that I was a big time dope dealer. I did it. But there's somebody in Cincinnati that knew me when I was standing in that alley, in the rain. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody in Philadelphia that knew me when I was standing down there on 13th and Walnut trying to get one of them drag queens to take me home because I had no place else to go. You understand what I'm saying? And that was one of my strongest ideas. I didn't do that shit in the penitentiary. I ain't gonna never have to do that. And I was willing. I was standing out there and I was willing. I had my little dusty ass clothes on. I was stinking and my hair was all nappy. And you know what I'm saying? I'm standing there saying, "Dear, please take me. Take me." And they would look at me and throw their nose up and step off in the club and get all funky and dirty and stinking and be drunk. And they would stumble out that joint and I'd still be standing there on the corner. "Please take me." And there's somebody that know that. There's somebody that know that. So the lies is done. That shit wasn't glamorous. That was hell. This is glamorous. This is glamorous. Now, I just thank God, man. You know, I just thank God for Dorine. I thank God for this fellowship. I think Adrian rocked my socks last night, man. You know, everything she said was on, man, because I remember. You know, I can come and tell y'all about, when I had the girl and I was it. But I can also tell y'all when I stayed in the car. I stayed in a car on South Street, 16th and South. I lived in a fucking station wagon with 4 flat tires and 2 broken windows. And I guarded that station wagon with my life. Because it wasn't that good, man. You understand what I'm saying? Think it through. For the new members in here, think it through. It ain't about no think it through. I didn't come here because this was the vacation capital of America. I come here because my ass was whooped. Whooped. You know what an ass whooping is? You know what an ass whooping is? Ass whooping is when you're laying there on the ground, you just say, "Kill me. Fuck it, just kill me. I'm done." That's what an ass whooping is about. I don't want to fight no more. Just fucking kill me. Just kill me. It's an ass whooping on. And that's what I had. That's what I had when I got here. I can't stand that no more. I can't stand there and pretend that it was great because it wasn't. You know, I get all jammed up. Be talking about oldies, but good. Ain't no old. I think about them old. Ain't no old. Shit wasn't good with me. I spent the whole 1972 to 1979. I was in the penitentiary. The penitentiary. I got a 6-month respite, and they threw my ass right back in the penitentiary. Oldies but goodies. Shit. Only oldies but goodies I remember is Wonder Woman. And getting in a hell of a fight because some guy turned my TV. Because I had to live a fantasy. I had to live a lie. That was my girlfriend. Don't tell my woman off that TV. And she ain't getting send me nair token, nair carton of cigarettes. None of that. I don't know, man. I don't know about nobody else. I should know about me. I'm here because I need to be here. I'm here because the lie don't work no more. Lie don't work no more. And I don't have to stand over till I'm dead. I can live and tell you all the truth. And like Dorine said, accept me or leave me alone. It's okay. One way or the other. I just want to thank y'all for letting me be here and thank you for letting me share.